So, as you all know, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I, like most people, love the food most of all the aspects of Thanksgiving. Now, as I said in my Thanksgiving post, my family never gets any of the good leftovers, so I usually try to eat as much as possible while at the dinner table to make the most of all the delicious food that's in front of me. And that brings me to the thing I'm going to talk about in this video, which is something I'm very fascinated about: competitive eating. First, some background. As far as I see it, July 4th, 2001 was the day that modern competitive eating was born. Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest happens every year on this day, and the year before, a Japanese guy won the coveted mustard belt, the World Cup of competitive eating, by consuming 25 and 1/8 hot dogs. This year, another eater from Japan joined him. This man was named Akira Kobayashi, and he ate 50 hot dogs in 12 minutes, changing how people thought about competitive eating forever. These days, people train fairly intensely for contests. You need a large stomach to eat over 20 pounds of food, which these people do with vigor, and stretching it out takes some time. First of all, serious competitive eaters have different eating cycles than most of us. For example, arguably the best female eater in the world, Sonia, the Black Widow, Thomas, says she eats only one massive meal a day that can take several hours to consume. Kobayashi goes through intense training sessions with food and is eaten to the point where breathing is difficult. He's almost eaten himself to death. I'm going to try one of Joey Chestnut's techniques right now. He chugs water. You can chug about 2 gallons in a minute. Let's see how much I can do. Not as good as him. So water is a good training food because it stretches out your stomach without making you full and giving you a bunch of other things like fat and calories and stuff. And so lettuce and watermelon are good for that too. And there's also a special type of noodle from Whole Foods that Tim Eater X Jonas says is perfect for training. So right now I'm going to eat some lettuce to train for Thanksgiving. So I'm now going to demonstrate proper hot dog eating technique. Competitive eaters never eat the hot dog and bun together. Instead, they first take the bun and dip in water to soften it up, because eating a non-soft bun is a lot harder than eating a normal or a softened bun. So they take the bun, after they dip it, and they just stick it in their mouth. This makes chewing the bun a lot easier. Next, they take the hot dog and break it in half. And then use their mouth and throat like a conveyor belt and shove the 2 halves of the hot dog down their mouth at the same time.
I still have a gag reflex, so I have to chew my hot dogs, but most people just shove it down there and then keep going. I don't even have to chew, really. And then what you do is usually while you're eating, there's a theory that when you eat food, it kind of settles in your stomach like a bad game of Tetris with a bunch of little empty spaces everywhere. And that keeps you from eating as much. So usually they do a little wiggle to get the food to settle properly in their stomach. So I'm doing the chestnut wiggle right now. That's how you eat hot dogs.
So there you are, some tips for a truly American sport on a truly American holiday. I hope your dinner's as good as mine.